Uh-oh. We going live and direct. What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy, Madge the Messiah. Y'all already know what time it is. I'd like to welcome y'all to my new show, Feel Me Bounce Back TV. Happy New Year's. It's about to go down. Let's get it. So, as I was saying, guys, welcome to Bounce Back TV. So I created this show for the simple fact for the people. You know what I mean? It's for the people. And what I mean by that is we when we're in life, we need help. You know what I mean? We need help. One hand washes the other, and we will always get far. Teamwork makes the dream work. Tomato, tomato. You can say it however you want to say it. You can say it in Espanol. One hando, wash the other eldo, el dorado, team amigo, amigo, amigo. Same stuff, baby. Same stuff. I mean, so Bounce Back TV, I created this platform to interview the people who could go ahead and break down their bounce back. You know what I mean? They say there's always a difficult road before you get to your beautiful destination. So on this show, everyone's going to go ahead and explain their difficult road. You feel me? Their challenges and how they got to their beautiful destination. Because you never know who's listening. You never know who's watching. You never know who could benefit off of your bounce back. Welcome to Bounce Back TV. All right, guys. Tonight we got a special guest. First guest. Feel me? The man with the master plan, straight out of Binghamton, New York. He goes by the name of James J.V. Howard of Direct Details. I'm sure everybody know who he is in upstate New York. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to find out the man behind the plan, the man behind the Direct Details. We're going to find out Mr. James Howard's difficult road. We're going to find out his bounce back. Let's go.
What's going on, man? What's going on, man?
Oh,
What's going on, man? What up?
give it up. Give it up, y'all. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. James J.V. Howard is in the building. That's what I'm talking about.
What up? I ain't gonna front, I'm kind of nervous. What's going on, man?
Yeah. Indeed, brother.
What up?
Indeed. You know, it always gonna be a nerve, especially when we on these cameras. But it's good, man.
Yeah,
You feel me? Let's get it. Yeah, like to welcome you though, man. I appreciate you having you on this
I
show,
appreciate
man.
you. I appreciate you reaching out.
For real. I ain't even gonna lie. Like it's man, it's an honor to be just conversing with you. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it real with everybody. Yes, I know this man right here. You know what I mean? Grew up lightweight, not sandbox, but monkey bars. You know what I mean? And you know, I could say, you know, I watched some things. You know, this man has definitely grown, bloomed from a caterpillar into a beautiful butterfly.
Yeah.
You know
what I'm saying?
what I
Like,
mean?
you
For
know,
real. So yeah, man. Like I said, man, it's an honor, man, like to really to know, like, you know, where you came from, you know, how you came from the bottom and got your way up to the top. And I guess, you know, not everybody knows that. Not everybody does, you know, not everybody knows. Like I was saying in my intro, you know, they say it's always a difficult road before you get to your beautiful destination. You know what I mean? So, you know,
Definitely. Definitely. I would love to come on here and say, like, you know what I'm saying, I've reached my beautiful destination, or that I've gone from the bottom to the top, but like the great, like I was like my bottom
wait, hold
changes.
on. Well, let me say this though. Before we even get to your bottom and stuff, let me ask you this. Like, so where are you from? Like, where are you from, man?
I'm born in Syracuse. I'm Binghamton bred. You know what I mean? I've been here my whole life. I don't remember Syracuse, but I've been here my whole life.
Mm.
Like, this is where the family is at. This is home. You know what I mean?
So when you say family, you was like brought up with your mom and dad. You got brothers
yeah,
and sisters. Tell me
you
more
know,
about
the
you.
whole my whole all my immediate family, we grew up in the same house. I was blessed in that manner. I think that made a big difference. But yeah, we all grew up in, and I don't just mean my brother, sisters, mom, dad. I mean, this is where my family at. I gotta like my and my street family, so to speak. My brothers and sisters. It's like I got a big family out here, which,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying, I owe a lot of whatever I've seen to them, because the support team that I have here is crazy. Like, I'm blessed. The support team that I have is crazy.
Mm.
Yeah,
So you was raised with your mom and dad?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So do you feel like, because you know a lot of us, and when I say us, I mean the African American culture, and shout out to all the races. Um, nah, for
We
real.
see y'all.
Nah, we see y'all for real, for real. Um, so my question to you is, do you feel like with you being brought up with your mom and dad, do you think that has any type of effect on the type of successful person that you became today? Do you think it helped?
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like, my parents weren't perfect. But it's a huge difference. Like, through all the flaws and everything, there's so many a balanced. The truth of the matter is, men and women are different. They tend to parent differently as well. You know what I mean? My father was a man's man, so to speak. Work on cars, take
Mm,
things apart, forget to put them back together all the time. This is the type of man he
right.
was. But also, as far as some of the principles, some of the lessons that I learned a lot from my father. I learned a lot from my mother, and that cocktail every day helps me. Every day. They wasn't perfect, but I got a lot. As far as, my mother made me feel like a king, and
Mm,
my father gave me the tools. My father gave me what it takes for me to look at myself and see either I am that or I can be that. Because there's times where I know I wasn't a king. I was fucking up. You know what I mean? So my father gave me the tools that I needed to get to the place that I need to be. My mother gave me a lot of the confidence I needed to get there. And so
mm,
both of them together, hands down, made me what I am.
mm. And you had mentioned your brothers and sisters. Now, aside not your street brothers and sisters, you had mentioned. I mean, we'll get into that part.
Right.
But like your brothers and sisters, how many siblings do you have? Like with your mom and dad, like how many of y'all?
I don't know if you call it a big family or not. I got six, including me. I got six brothers and sisters, ranging everywhere right now from what, 50 to 30. So
Damn.
it's like a 20-year span of all my brothers and sisters, and somewhere in between, I land in the middle.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Okay. All
Yeah, and
right.
then that plays a part too. You know what I mean? Like, having a big family, the brothers and sisters, like getting checked when I need to. Sometimes pulling me in a jacked up direction, and sometimes pulling me in the right direction. You know, that's
Right.
all
Right.
part of it.
Facts. Shout outs to your brothers and sisters, man. Tell me
Big
happy.
shout out.
Oh man, for real. Um, so you keep saying, like you keep mentioning, that got you to where you are today. So I'm kind of curious on what do you define as being successful?
Well, so it's not even so much like to say got me where I am today. Like it's not even so much about being where I am today. It's about seeing where I want to be and knowing beyond a shadow of a doubt that I can get there. That's more so what I got from them. You know what I mean? Because where I'm at right now, I'd love to be in a better place. You know what I mean? I would love to be in a better place all around the board. You know what I'm saying? But the place where I want to be, I can see it. I can see it clearly. I can see the road that it's going to take there, and they help me to like be able to like to see that, to see where I want to go, and to develop a plan to get there. Not only a plan, but to have the reserve. You know what I mean? And the strength to weather all these, to bounce back. Because you're going to do a million bounce backs in your lifetime. You don't just bounce back once. It's a million of those.
Right. Facts. Big facts. All right. So, I mean, I see the, is that your company behind you?
All right. So, this is my company up here. This is my company.
What's the name of it?
Direct Details, of course. You know what I'm saying? Wait, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But this is a company I partner with for doing ceramic coating and everything like that. So amazing product. Only using the best in here.
Yeah. How long you been doing that for?
What? 3 years now? 3 years now. On a whim, it's crazy because I didn't see this happening the way it did. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's where it comes back, and that's where it comes back to the street family. I had like an immense amount of support when I came out and said, "Yo, I'm detailing cars." You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Put a post on Facebook, they're sharing it everywhere.
Right.
People calling me, "Hey, can you do mine? Hey, can you do mine?" I'm coming out the gate. You know what I mean? Not expecting to see the results that I did. And 3 years later, like, you know, it's still going, which was something. I mean, every day is a blessing, but it was something that I didn't really know it would turn out the way it did, or have the bones to create what I'm now looking at it can create. You know what I mean?
Young black business owner, young black entrepreneur. How old are you?
35.
Woo.
35. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. 35. Yeah.
35. Okay.
35.
Oh man. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So y'all smell that? You smell that?
Somebody
you can't smell that from over here.
You smoking some weed or something?
Nah, no, bro.
You know I don't smoke. I don't smoke. But you smell it. It look like you smell it.
Nah. Yeah. I mean, I guess that was a silly question because you can't even smell it. But I smell the meat and potatoes right now, and I think it's about that time. Okay. It's about that time. It's about to go down.
It's gonna get thick. All right.
What we want to know at Bounce Back TV, the man behind the plan.
Right.
So my next question for you, Mr. James J.V. Howard, is like I mentioned earlier, everybody has a difficult road before they get to that beautiful destination. What would be your difficult road that you've driven in the past that you probably would never ever want to drive again, yet can say it was a beautiful drive from the lessons you've learned? Like I said, we all got them. You know what I mean? You told me,
man, if we talking about difficult roads, like it's been so many. You know what I mean? It's been so many. A lot I put myself.
So can I ask you something, JV? So, you know, I got some family out there in Binghamton, New York, and you know, I got some cousins. I got some good friends out there as well. Shout outs to Binghamton. Rod Sterling went to Binghamton. Rod Sterling, I believe, he did the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Twilight Zone out here.
Twilight Zone out there.
I left this place and came back like 15 times.
Right. So, you know, a lot of my good friends, man. You know, not all of them, some of them, a fair amount. You know, they did turn to the streets out there. It's so easy to be cheesy. You know what I mean? Especially growing up back in the day for us. You know, a lot of them used to hustle. You know, sell drugs in the community, gang bang. You know what I mean? Just be a product of their environment.
Right.
A lot of them, that's all they knew. You know, whether they grew up with a mom and dad, or a lot of us didn't. A lot of us just only had one parent. So shout outs to you for that. But even a lot of us that grew up with two parents, maybe one was an addict, maybe one wasn't, maybe one was just a dog ass nigga. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? You just never know. Or some had the perfect households and still made a choice on either hustling in the streets or made a choice to gang bang. You know, made a choice to just be easy because it was too easy.
Right.
So with that, and you did mention, you know, with having street brothers, a street family, did you have to incur any of that, any road? Any road of hustling, any road of gang bang?
I did, but you know what? And you were talking about people making a choice and parents. The truth of the matter is, like, I spent a decent amount of time in the street. You know what I mean? Doing things that, first of all, I wouldn't have the balls to do today. I can't do that. I can't risk that amount. No, it's not worth it. Things that I wouldn't agree with, morally speaking. Things I wouldn't agree with today. You know what I mean? But it was like looking back and knowing, look where I'm at now, and looking at where I've come from and how I grew up. That was a choice that I didn't have to make. Now, I mean, I came up poor, but my choice in going to the streets it was me being impatient, you know what I mean? Not letting things run their course. You know, I want to get the money now. I don't want to be poor no more. I want to look and dress like everybody else. I want to be like everybody else. Because I was a black sheep no matter where I went. You know what I mean? So I want to look and be like everybody else. And went into the street, did the whole street thing. You know what I mean? Almost everything you could do out there, like as far as the drug game and different things like that, as far as whatever you do to get money out there. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And then end up going to prison and spending time there. Getting sat down for a while, a couple times over. You get tired of it. And then you get tired of it and you see the stupidity in it. Because there's no win. There's no win. You know what I mean? So what it was for me is just understanding that there wasn't a win. It took too many times for me to understand that, and postponed it. What I'm doing now, I probably wouldn't even be doing this. I was doing something else. You know what I mean? Like, so
damn. Well, oh, damn. Hold on. Let's backtrack for a minute, brother. Damn. So with the how long did you do in the joint, also known as prison?
Well, I mean, all the time pent up. I never had to do a long stretch. 5, 10, 15 years. I never had to do a long stretch. But all the time pent up at 35, I got like probably a total of like six or so years in and out of jail, and then finally going up north and being lucky enough to get shot, which I just made that by a hair. You know what I mean? Luckily,
what shot?
Luckily, yeah.
What is that?
Went to boot camp. You know what I mean? Went to boot camp basically,
Okay, so that's like
as
boot
opposed
camp in the prison.
as opposed to doing 2 years, went to boot camp. You know what I mean? End up doing for what they put you through after all the weight and everything. Like, I'm happy I didn't just decide like, yo, sit me down. You know what I mean? Because there was times when I was in shock and I'm like, get me out of here. You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy.
Right.
But after all the time, like trying to wait to get in shock and waiting for this and that, and I end up doing like 9 months that stretch. And but I mean, over all the time, like if I gotta put like I did like after being out of jail for so long, like if I put the numbers on it, like I mean I'm 35. 15, like that's like 15% of my life. That's a big fucking number. You know what I'm saying? That's not a small number. That's a big fucking number.
You only get one life to live.
Right. And so far, but you know what I mean? That number will continue to shrink until the day I die. You feel what I'm saying? That number's that percentage of how much time I spent in the street, how much time I spent in jail or locked up, or whatever it is, that percentage is going to continue to shrink because at no point in time is like I don't see that. I don't even see that. Like that's not something I have to worry about today. You know?
Okay. All right. Damn. Was it crazy? So when you did your time, was it crazy in there? You know, like how it be on TV?
Well, see that, and that like I dodged a lot of bullets. God was looking out for me. I dodged a lot of bullets. I didn't have to go to gladiator camp. I didn't have to go to. I wasn't in any of these places where it gets really live. You know what I mean? You get to Elmira, you're locked up 23 hours a day. So it's not really, it ain't getting live unless you're in there beating up yourself or poking yourself up. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really getting live. And then you go to shock. Most people in shock, they want to go home in 6 months. If it get too loud and shock you, then you got to go and do your time. And most people want it. Most people want to go home in 6 months. So it's light there. But it don't. It's not as scary. My situation, it wasn't like TV. You know what I'm saying? My situation wasn't like TV. Again, I dodged a lot of bullets. I've been real lucky on a lot of different avenues to the point where, and I don't know, I took that luck and turned it and changed it into a plan. You know what I mean? Where I'm not banking on luck anymore. Because that shit was lucky. The fact that I'm talking to you right now is like some of that stemmed from luck. Now it's not luck; it's just the way I live my life. But some of the reason I'm talking to you is simply off of luck. It just went down a certain way. You know what I mean?
Right, bro. Right. Okay. Man. Yeah, I never been to prison, man. I did some county time. You know what I mean? I definitely did some county time, but I definitely dodged the bullet of prison. So definitely it's a blessing to say the least. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're definitely blessed. Whew. Boy, oh boy. Because I damn sure I wouldn't want to go up there and be poking myself and beating myself.
Worst thing about it was the fact there was fucking mice everywhere.
Damn.
Mice crawling around fucking cell.
You serious?
Yeah, fucking. But other than that, I'm here. You know what I mean? Like, it's not anything. Like, I make it a point not to forget it. I don't want to forget none of that shit. None of those hard roads that you was asking me about, I don't want to forget not one of them. I don't want to forget how I felt during those hard roads because that's how you end up.
Want to forget though? I would want. Yeah. What? Why wouldn't you want to forget?
I mean, a lot of times people want to forget the bad. You know what I mean? But the bad comes, and you're supposed to, like, in my opinion, the way my mother taught me, you don't want to forget that bad shit because you're gonna end up doing that shit again. You forget. I forgot too many times. I make it a point not to forget.
I like that. Yeah. Makes you appreciate appreciate the good. Appreciate it more. You know
Appreciate the little bit you do got. I'll take the little bit I do got before I go back over there. I'll take the little I got right now before I go back anywhere else.
I think they call that gratitude, if I'm not mistaken. Honestly. So yeah, that's dope.
Right.
So okay. So hold on a moment. Let me think for a minute. So you did your time.
Right.
Hold on. So wait a minute. You know, not to be in your personal business or nothing, but you know, just a little raw and uncut. So are you still considered like a felon to the outside world, or?
Oh yeah. I'm still a felon. Them shits you can get. They don't ever go away. You can pay to get like some of your rights back. I say pay. They say you get a lawyer and fight for it, but if you don't got a big enough lawyer who got you got to put some bread up. But yeah, I'm still a felon. You know what I mean? Like I'm still a felon. That's just not gonna go away. They could expunge it. You know what I mean? The things that I've done were felonious, so there's no getting there's no turning back the clock, anything like that. But it was like, again, it was something I own. You know what I mean? Because like even going in when I was still filling out applications and clocking in and everything like that, it was still something I kept it funky with. As far as going in the interviews, yeah, I'm a felon. It puts me in a place where
you was being honest.
Yeah, because the thing about it is, you can't know where you going, how things are gonna play out if the foundation is built on a lie. You know what I mean? You can't know it. And so coming in, I'm not wasting my time talking to people. Like, yeah, I'm gonna interview for this half hour, 45 minutes. And then you find out I'm a felon. I done wasted my motherfucking time. And a lot of these jobs, I mean, before the ban the box, they still want to know if you're a felon, but a lot of these jobs, they just don't hire you if you're a felon. So like, I'm straightforward with it. And even like, it's not something I hide. It's not even something I hide today with people I talk to. The crazy thing is, there's stigma and prejudices where, like, when it does come up, it's not like I'm just running around with a flag, like, or stamped on my forehead. But when the conversation does come up, like, it's not something that I hide. But the craziest thing is, like, now when I say it, is people like, what? Like, really? Like, and I don't know why it is. I think maybe it's the way I carry myself. Maybe it's the fact that people have this notion, this thing in their head that says, if you're a business owner, you're not a felon. You never did any trouble. You did everything right, and you got $1 million and all these things. That's just not the reality. It's just not the reality. Like, it's just choices. The choices that I've made over the last however many years led me here.
Wait a minute. So that is a beautiful thing, because earlier you mentioned you are a business owner of Direct Details for the last 3 years. Three.
Right.
1, 2, 3. Uno, dos, tres.
Right.
365 times 3. That's 4,968 days, y'all. Math is probably off, but it's a large amount. And you're a felon. And you still was able to obtain your own business? Wait a minute. So how? Now here's the big question, Mr. JV. How was the bounce back? How was your bounce back? How did you bounce back from being out in the streets, doing your time, bumping your head, falling, getting back up, falling, getting back up, falling, to now being the owner of Direct Details? What
What
happened in that timeline? Tell me about your drive on that difficult road?
Well, so initially coming out of jail, you know what I mean? I knew I didn't want to go back, you know what I mean? But I knew I didn't want to go back. I knew I didn't want to go back or whatever it may be, but knowing it's not enough. You have to know what you want. Not knowing what you don't want to do leaves a lot of space to make other bad decisions. So it was a matter of knowing what you want. And what was it? Like still doing knucklehead shit when I came home. Not the same thing, but just not doing anything productive when I came home for some years. And I'll say probably one of the biggest factors in me changing course and focusing more on growth was like my boy A. He ended up getting killed. And like looking at that loss, like just in seeing like the time and energy that I was wasting on things that didn't mean shit, not growing, around people that don't give a shit, pretend like they do, or around nobody I'm gonna learn not around anybody I'm gonna learn anything from. So I have to say that was the biggest factor in the change. And it just put me on a path to where first going into a company where the idea was to grow into the company, you know, like getting the company and all right, I'm going to the top in this one, and just seeing, you know what I mean, you become a pawn and puppet, especially, and ambitious people can be easily, if they're not on top of it, can be easily used because your ambition becomes something like a carrot. Like you put it in front of you and you're just chasing it. And these giant corporations, they put it in front of you and you're just like, but you never really get to where the fuck you want to be.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So, and that's what happened. And then
James JV, y'all. I need y'all to hit the like button, subscribe. Hit the likes. Let's get these views up. Let's go. JV, James JV Howard is in the building. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. So the bounce back. There's like I said, there wasn't no one bounce back. There was like a bunch of them shits.
You had mentioned working, so with the carrot. So I was kind of curious about that. Was you not working and just decided to go and grab a job? Was you working and then?
No, I always kept a job, but it wasn't for a reason. Like I get some people getting out of the mind state of survival. You know what I mean? Even most people go and get a job because they have to. You don't got no only reason you get a job is because it's what you're supposed to do or because you need food, because you need to survive. Not like a lot of people don't do something, whatever their choice of career is or their income or whatever reason why they're doing it. And I get a lot of people's hands are tied, you know what I mean? Especially single parents, things like that. I've been a single parent for a long time, you know what I mean? So I get doing things because it needs to happen. But on the same token, you have to there has to be something more than survival. It doesn't make sense to do it if the only reason you're doing it is survive. You're like, why? It's a waste of your life. You know what I mean? So, I always kept a job, but it wasn't for a reason. It was because I was supposed to, rather than doing something for a reason. You know what I mean? So, and that's what led to me to start wanting to get in the entrepreneur mindset. Or the entrepreneur, the mindset of an entrepreneur, to get into that place to say, I want something, or this is what I want. So now I'm working towards something rather than just treading water, running on a rat wheel. I didn't want to do that no more.
What made you decide Direct Details? Not the name, but what made you decide, yo, this is what I want?
Well, you know what? So, actually, the going into car detailing, that was a means. Like I said, I didn't see this getting to where it's at. It got some traction and I locked in. Going into Direct Details, true story. I was working 3 different jobs at the time. And like I didn't want to do it no more. So I'm like, what can I do to get out from under the thumb to get off of this wheel? You know what I mean? So
Right.
I swear to God, like,
right.
I woke up one day. I had been looking into different businesses that you can get into without having a lot of money, because I didn't have a lot of money. So I was looking
to invest
into
money to invest.
A lot of money to start a business.
Okay.
It depending on what you're going into, sometimes it doesn't take a lot. So I had been looking up businesses on my phone at work, and then I came across detailing, and I don't know, I swear to God, I was sleeping and I woke up, and me and my daughter's mother were still together at the time. I woke up and I told her, I said, I think I'm gonna quit my job and start a detailing business. And you know what I mean? Like, and she was my biggest supporter. My biggest supporter. Still to this day, like, she's still like a huge support for me. But yeah, so I told her I was gonna, she said okay. And I told her, and we made a plan that we were gonna wait 2 months for taxes to come in, and then I would give them my 2 weeks. Man, I went to work and gave the motherfuckers my 2 weeks. I said, all right, I'm out of here. I'm too anxious. I gotta get, you know what I mean? So I left there and started planning, and went to Cali, went to what was it? I can't even. Yeah, went to Cali.
What part of California you was in?
I don't know. It's slipping my mind right now. Why the hell can I?
I know they done some detailing stuff down in San Diego.
San Diego. I was in San Diego. Took my taxes. Couple thousand. Borrowed some money from my sister, from my mom. Put some stuff on credit, and flew out there. Did all the official training. Like all the research I had done, and there had been so many people who just dove in. And I'm like, if I'm gonna do it, I want to do it right. I want to be professionally trained. I want to know everything there is to know about this. So I went to where they know everything there is to know about this, and got the official training. Came back and set it off. And here we are, 3 years. Yeah.
Damn, bro. So you quit your job.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. If for all the people that's out there right now that's gonna see, because they gonna see this video, they gonna see this, and that's motivated right now by your words of wisdom, that tomorrow, New Year's Day, that gotta work on the weekend, that wanna just get up and just feel like, you know something, today is the day. I'm gonna go in and tell my boss to kiss my ass. I'm quitting. Do you think you need to have a backup plan, or just a plan?
No, it's a lot of, that's one of those touchy situations. And again, with my circumstances, I'm lucky, because there's never a day where I feel like I'm gonna fall on my face. Like I said, when I talk about my street team, I'm not talking about people who are in the street doing dirt or anything like that. I'm just talking about family that I didn't grow up with. You know what I mean? Outside of my family, there's so many people I can call on when I need help, or if I'm fucked up or whatever it is. So for me, it's never I don't have to work, like that's not something I had to worry about. But as far as a backup plan, it's sometimes backup plans can be distractions. It's all about your like reality. First of all, a lot of people do not live in reality. They walk around, they've not seen reality for what it actually is. They're not seeing their friends for what they are. They're not seeing their current situation for what it is. They're not seeing the role that they play in the current situation. They don't actually see what they do and how they do and how what they're doing continue leading them to the same place. So I would say that's everybody's situation is different.
Of course.
But I would say whatever it is, because there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong where to say, you know what, I want to start a business. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to still work my 8-hour job. And then when I get off, I'm going to put the work in there. I'm still going to work my 8-hour job. Maybe I'll dial that down to part-time and I'm going to put the work in there. I would just say whatever you're going to do it 100%. Do it 100%. If you're going to try and start a business with 50% of your time, then you should be investing 100% in that 50% of time. You know what I mean? Like in that, because there's no way, especially from the ground, there's no way, because not everybody, because people don't expect ground up success. Right. It's just not something expected. And I'll never say right now, like right today, I don't feel like successful. I feel like I'm on my way there. I feel like I have the tools to be successful. I feel like I have the tools to get there. But as far as like calling it a success, I have successful days, successful times. Am I a success? Nah, I wouldn't say that. You know what I'm saying? But I would say like I can see where I'm going. So again, whatever you're going to do, 100%. Whatever you're going to do, 100%. Understand that there's going to be people who don't see what you see. They don't see it. Like another one of my biggest supporters, my big sister, right? Now she war for me, right?
Right.
When I called her and told her, sis, I'm quitting my job and I'm starting a business. She was like, James, I don't think that's a smart idea. Because she truly loves me and would do anything for me, but she can't see what I'm seeing. She can't see it. So it doesn't mean that doesn't mean she's hating on me or whatever. Some of it will be hate. Some of it will be, you can't do that because I can't do it. But it is really a matter of, again, seeing reality. It was my reality. That was the reality. It wasn't anything else. That was reality is what I was going to do. So I guess it would be the biggest thing you could do to try and find it is understand reality. So many people don't. They walk around, they believe they do, they don't. They don't see just regular reality, like what's really happening.
I like that. I like that, man, because once again, y'all, let's go ahead and get these views up. I know it's New Year's Eve, probably a crazy day to pick a day for a show, but still, let's get these views up. It's going to be on YouTube. Let's go ahead and get these likes up. Let's get these shares up. We got James J.V. Howard in the building, a young Black entrepreneur who came from the bottom, a felon, but with a young Black millionaire mindset, striving to be successful with successful days, successful minutes, successful hours.
And that's one of the big things right there that I'm trying to say. Like the bounce back, that shit you can have to bounce back 15 times in a day. You know what I'm saying? The bounce back is constant. It has to be constant. It has to be. If you bounce, like, shit's gonna fuck up. I'm in the middle of a bounce back right now. That one I'll keep to myself. I'm in the middle of a bounce back right now. You know what I mean? Like,
you know,
it's always something.
A lot of our felons and a lot of our felons, they feel, you know, shout outs to all my felons that made stupid choices, but you still striving and you got back up to try again, to try another day. Shout outs to y'all. Keep trying. A lot of our felons, they feel, once you get hit with that charge, and that's on there for life, that's labeled, they're labeled as a felon, that their reality is dead.
I think a lot of what happens there with felons, you know what I mean, come back and they say, I can't do this because I got the felony. I can't do that because I got the felony. First of all, I think what they want something they're not entitled to. And once you're up top and all this, you prove to consistently do shit you're not supposed to, right? Right. So now you want to come home, and because you decide that you're gonna do right, everybody's supposed to believe you? That don't make no sense. You gotta jump through plenty of hoops that other people did. Other people they've been jumping through them hoops since high school. They done paid so many dues, and they supposed to look at you and be like, yeah, come on. No, you gotta put the work in. So I'll say, like, I can say this much. 2011, I was running a multi-million-dollar company. Operations manager for a multi-million-dollar company. I got three joints. You know what I mean? But that was after like, all right, fine. That was after getting paid shit. Nothing. Mad long. Still coming in early, still leaving late. You know what I'm saying? And to the point where it was like, all right, fuck your felony. Because the fact of the matter is, this is business. It's about $1. And if you prove yourself to be, in anything you do, you have to be worth more than you're paid. You always have to be worth more than you're paid with whatever you do.
Break that down. Elaborate.
The only reason somebody works at McDonald's, if they work at McDonald's, they get paid, let's say for sake of math, $10 an hour, right?
Right.
You think they want you if you worth $10 an hour? They don't make no money off it. They don't make no money off of you. Even for me to run this business, I have to be worth whatever I pay. I have to be worth more than whatever I pay myself for this to continue. Because I'm not just paying myself. I'm paying a light bill. I'm paying rent. I'm paying this. I'm paying that. So you always have to be worth more than what you want to get paid. A lot of people ain't worth what they want to get paid. You know what I mean? You have to be worth more. You always have to be worth more than anything you're trying to get. You have to be. Otherwise, it don't work. The math don't add up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It really is just a mindset. It really is putting yourself in a mindset, but not just putting yourself in a mindset, but actually living it. Actually living what you're thinking and saying. I hear a lot of shit come out of a lot of people's mouth all the fucking time. And it's not what they're actually doing. Like, you're not doing what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it ain't matching up.
You expect something to change or something like that. You expect something different. You're not doing what you're saying. You fully and most people can see you're full of shit. It's what do you say? Publicly incorrect to call people out on it. Right. You can't say you're lying or you ain't really what you are. Like, you're not publicly. It's politically incorrect. So people just nod and be like, yeah, and then you're gonna get a chance. They don't tell you you're not gonna get a chance. You just don't get one. You know what I mean? You gotta show what you gotta. You know what I'm saying? Where the life you talking that shit.
Hey, man, you better stop because you teasing me. You're gonna have me want you on the show every day. Ain't nobody gonna have no room. The James JV is taking up all the slots.
These
Tell
are
me, you got to stop. You spoiling me right now. You spoiling me. But hey, you spoiling the people though, for real, man. Let me ask you something before my wrap up. Would you hire a felon?
Yeah. If you was gonna fucking work, not even just work. It's not even just work. If you're going to be an asset, because you can have a motherfucker who can't lift up and pick up and put down, but their asset, their mind is a gem. You know what I mean? And they fucking turn that shit into productivity. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have a problem hiring a felon. Like, that'd be some real hypocrite shit to be like, nah, of course I'll hire a felon.
That's real.
You know
That's real. Are you guys hiring right now?
Nah, it's wintertime. It's slow, man. I'm in this motherfucker grinding out myself, wintertime.
No doubt.
Summer pick up, snow melt. You know what I'm saying? Then it get crazy again.
Yeah. So as I see, basically we about to go into the new year, 2022. Any big plans for direct details for the new year to come?
We got a couple things we're gonna be we got a couple things that we're gonna be adding on. We're gonna be adding on tint and windows. We're gonna be wrapping cars. I mean, we already pretty much do it all, you know what I mean? But we're adding on tint and windows. We're adding on wrapping cars. Probably one of the biggest things right now is me and my daughter's mother just teamed up, started a custom creation. You know what I mean? We're not using, it's not your Cricut, like your millions of people selling Cricut shirts. This isn't what's going on over here. We're doing it all over here as far as custom creation shit. So if you go on, find Designs in Binghamton, New York, make sure you like that page because we're doing a lot of crazy things. We're shipping.
Spell it.
DEE Signs, SIGNS. And check that out. But yeah, it's a lot of, it's always something I'm planning on. I'm always planning on something. You know what I mean? So,
right,
always something going on. If I ain't busy, something's wrong.
If you ain't busy expanding your work,
you know what they say about idle time. You know what I mean?
So yeah, that's the devil's time, baby.
Right. So I try to do, you know what I'm saying?
Indeed, bro. Hey, man, this one of the saddest parts of my show is coming towards the end, which is I define as the wrap up. So I like to always have the last words. You know how Jerry Springer, he'll share his last thought. You know what I mean? I like to have my last wise words that are buried deep down inside. Wise words that is buried deep down inside. So, Mr. James J.V. Howard, hey, hold on. Before I even continue on, J.V., well, what does that stand for? What is that?
All right, I will give you the quick wrap up. I bet you nobody, it's only a few people who really know what it is. I had to come up with the most gangster, coolest name I could possibly come up with when I was around 13 or 14. And J Venom is what I came up with. And then as I grew, JV was it just got shortened to JV and it stuck. So now here we are 20 years later. JV was good. You know what I'm saying?
So Jake, like Jake the Snake, right? Jake Venom or J Venom?
J Venom.
J Venom.
That's it. If you don't know me from 20 years ago and you run down on me, call me J Venom, I'm gonna be mad. Don't play with me.
Facts. J Venom, Mr. JV, boy. That's what I'm talking about, man. Yo, from everything that I heard tonight, I'm nobody special, Feel me? I'm just Madge the Messiah, Mr. Majesty. Everybody know who it is and how it's done. But I just want to say from me to you, bro, like I'm beyond proud of you. You know what I mean? Like, man, you and this ain't trying to toot your horn or run no game and none of that weird, goofy shit. I'm just proud of you and like you're a motivation. Like, I talk about you all the time. I boast about you. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, even if you wasn't where you are today, I always looked at you like, man, you know, his energy, his wave, his vibe is up there. Like,
I appreciate it, man.
It's like a real role model. You know what I mean? On many sides of the fence, many avenues. I always looked up to you. So, you know, when we talked and you agreed to go ahead and get on the show, man, I was jumping up like a kid in the candy store, boy.
Of course. You know, plus, you know, I like running my mouth when it's you know what I'm saying? Doing this, you know what I'm saying? And like, and especially because of why you're doing it. Because the bounce, the bounce back happens on so many levels, relationship levels, career levels, loss of the family.
Hold on, wait, you giving out too much of my. Hold on, you giving out my recipe. You giving out. Hold on, we gotta go for the next episode, baby.
I understand. Listen. I done bounced back on so many different levels, and like that's why when you said, "Yo, what was your bounce back?" It's like, man, which one?
Right.
Which one? Right. Because it happens. You know what I mean? We gotta continue to do it, man, over and over and over again.
Right. Hold on a moment. Pardon on the show. Mark Dukes. Hello. Hey, Ma. Hey, I'm on the show right now. Can I call you back? Everything all right?
Yes, I just want to wish you a Happy New Year because I'll probably be late.
All right. Happy New Year's, Ma. I'll call you back.
Well, and all your dreams come true.
All right, Ma. Thank you so much. I love you.
Love you more.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mama first, man. Mama first. No
all day, baby. All day. We know what time it is. Hey, for these wise words, Berry, JV, Mr. James Howard, Mr. Direct Details himself, the man behind the plan. You know what I mean? What would you like to tell all the felons out there, man? All the felons who just feel it's just dead. Well, if you could give all the felons one piece of advice when in regards to continuing to chase their dream, what would you say to them?
I would say stop blame. I wouldn't say stop. I'd say don't blame anybody. Don't blame anybody for anything that happens. Own it. Anything that happens in your life, own it. Because if you blame someone, it means you wasn't in control. Don't blame nobody no matter what happens. Find out how you could have changed it and make sure it never happened again. Ever blame nobody. It's on you. All of it.
That's what I'm talking about. And they call that something.
Accountability.
Accountability. Hold on. Accountability.
That's it. That's what I would say.
Oh, man. Taking accountability. That bounce back was so real. James J.V. Howard took accountability. Man. You can't get no better than that. You can't. Taking full accountability. The bounce back. He took accountability before you took the accountability before you left your job. Before you stopped chasing that dangling carrot. No homo.
Nah, for real though. Yeah,
Before
that's what
you
it is,
start
man.
chasing that big ass dangling carrot, no homo again. And yo, and yeah, hey, and shout outs to all my peoples, all of them. And when I say no homo, that's just it's just a little term. Feel me? I'm an 80s baby, so that doesn't mean nothing about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
But
not a
I'm
shot
just
at
saying-
it's not a shot at nobody.
Right, it ain't a shot, but we just not chasing the dangling carrot. If you want to chase the dangling carrot, shout outs to you. I might have an episode about it. Might even could get you on the show. But for now, no dangling carrots. What's up, Doc? Now, hey, bro. So this is it. Feel me? This is the wrap up, the bounce back, taking into full accountability. Hey, yo, JV, man. Bro,
I appreciate you, man.
I want to go ahead and continue wishing you success, man.
I appreciate you.
Yo, you doing your thing. Hey, and I know you may not feel successful 100%. Hey, if it's just by the minute, second by the second, day by day. Hey, I even see you how you are with your kids as a father. Hey, and that's motivational and successful to me within itself. But that's a whole nother story. And hey, matter of fact, it's all in the same story because we got fellas that are fathers. And y'all can keep doing y'all thing. You know what I mean? Not everybody is going to see what y'all see. So go out there and chase that vision. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise, but take full accountability.
That's
James,
it. I'm telling you.
thank you.
That's the foundation of it.
We lit. And yo, until next time, y'all. Yo, James JV Howard, I'd like to thank you for coming on this Bounce Back TV network. We out. Happy New Year's, brother.
Happy New Year's, bro.
We good. Till next time. Man, now that right there, now that was a show. That was a show. Shout outs to Mr. James JV Howard, man. Full accountability. Y'all see it right there. You know what I mean? I like that. That bounce back was real. As far as like my wise words of wisdom, my wise words is buried. You know what I mean? Let me go ahead and take the shovel out. What I learned tonight from bro, you know, you gotta own up. It doesn't matter what you're labeled as. It doesn't matter if you're labeled as a felon. It doesn't matter if you're labeled as what we was just joking about it. If you're labeled as gay, homosexual, labeled as a black man in America, labeled as a white man in America, it does not matter. You know what I mean? What matters is you take full accountability of your actions, of you. Because ain't nobody else is going to be able to do it like you. Nobody else is going to be able to cook that recipe like you. You know what I mean? Until the next bounce back, y'all. We here. Happy New Year's. What an addition. Madge the Messiah.